Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. I'm quite excited, it must be said. It's been like Christmas Eve all day today. I've been not able to focus on anything. I've only been able to do little jobs, little tasks. My tummy's been fluttering because you may notice we are joined by a wonderful guest this evening here on the Baltic Star. It's a man that's bringing the average beard length up nicely, which I appreciate. And I look forward to introducing him to you in a minute. But before we do so, a bit of housekeeping. We are the Boys from the Baltic Star. On Fridays, we generally play Traveller, and on Saturdays, we play a whole range of different games, either published, homebrew, a mixture of both. Tonight, we're playing a game based on the amazing book by Jonathan Hicks, Those Dark Places. I recommend you check the book out, his work out, and anything to do with him. It's fantastic rules. Look how thin it is, and but it's packed full of some really cool stuff. It is a space, what do they call it? Like an industrial horror, like Alien, something like that. Ewan's vanished already, so that's excellent.
Going brilliantly.
It's probably for the best.
We really need to pin you down a little bit better, I think. Hang on, just heard the car go past mine. Here, go past his in a second. And we're playing a riff off on that tonight. So we play a whole range of things. Thank you for joining us. We'll run a couple of hours or so tonight. We'll see how it goes. There'll probably be a break when they remind me. I'm not good with those. So hang around for as long or short as you want. Please feel free to chat in chat. We will interact with you if we're not busy. We love to be interactive and friendly and welcoming. Tonight on Tony and Rudi, I have prepared the wingback chairs for you. The fire is stoked. The wine is decanted. The cigars are there. Cats and dogs are on hand to sit on your laps. And the smoking jackets are available in all sizes and colours. So please snuggle in. Surround yourself with the vibe that I hope we can bring for you this evening. Good evening, Pumpkin Cakes. Thank you so much for joining us. A beautiful name. I hope you're doing well this evening. Thank you for joining us. First time chat as well. Thank you. We're going to have some fun tonight. Click on the red sun if you want. Spend some points. Like I say, we are interactive. You can jump in at any point to annoy us or excite us. The bright pinky red things will play a tune. Some are themed. Some are just ridiculous. The higher price things, so 800 to 1,000, allow you to name an NPC, make one of the characters tell a short little tale of their childhood maybe, or give them a boon if you're really feeling kind. It's a tough game, numbers wise and rolls wise, so they can do with all the help they can get. So have a flick through and find out. If you want to know more about Rudi Otto's autobiography, then please buy a copy of Rudi's book for 200. Oh, the scene is out already. Hey, Andy J, thank you for joining us too. Hope life is well. I've been having to start the workouts again for cricket, so the guns will be back for too long. The monkeys are in as well. Oh, well done, Spence. You've got the guns as well. Oh, I know, Cena is a heel. And what a heel he is too. Whoa, oh, pirate poops. Oh, what a joy. All our favourite people rocking in tonight. Oh, thanks for the subscription, Poops. Jake. The vast pirate. We've got John tonight, and life is good when we've got John. What an absolute night. I'm too overwhelmed now. I need to introduce everyone before the overwhelmingness makes me collapse into a pile. I'll let them do talking. My name's Luke. I'm telling a story tonight with three wonderful people. The first of them is my brother from another mother. He is the housewife's favourite and the Floofmeister General. He is the magnificent Ewan. He's down there. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hello, Luke. I'm very good, thanks. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm living the dream. I've got a new old car that's actually got boot space. Life is good.
No, boot space is important.
Boot space. At my age, boot space is more exciting than speed. It must be said. Sadly, and the same's happening to me. I'm getting more room in my boot and less speed as well as I get older.
No. And here we are.
And Here we are indeed. Ewan, your character's very interesting in this tale because he joined us a little bit after the other two. Please tell me who he is and what he's done to ingratiate himself with the group.
Very, very interesting is a very subjective point of view, I'd say, especially compared to the glorious Tony and Rudi. But tonight I'm playing the very French, at least, Gaston Delarue. Long acquaintance of said Tony and Rudi, and general charismatic, agility based friend of everyone. I would like to say.
Friend of everyone, especially the ladies. I've heard.
Well, he tries.
See, I heard there were rumours going around for a while that he had a fling with Amelia Earhart. Is it true?
No, not at all. That's nothing but poppycock. He is very interested in the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. That's for sure. But it's certainly not interested in any sort of affair or love affair thereof.
Well, thank you for ruining all our hopes and dreams.
Well, you're welcome. It's what I'm here for. If you haven't been able to tell by now.
Moving on to a man who never ruins our hopes and dreams, despite refereeing for us regularly on a Friday night and many other nights. He is the smartest man in any room, lives his entire life in the Twin Peaks dream sequence, and is often found in Faversham in a sedan chair carried upon the shoulders of topless Eastern European men, oiled to the nipples. He is the Queen of Faversham, the most resplendent of all. Ben, good evening, Ben. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Very well. Yes. Looking forward to some Tony and Rudi, and Gaston,
and Gaston. But we mentioned Gaston, but we know that the true hero of this story is Tony's trousers.
Yes. Yeah, I think there is a case to be made for that. Though this story has been considerably easier on the trousers than the previous one.
It is true. Can you please introduce Tony, including a little talk about what he's wearing for Sparrow in particular?
Of course. So Tony Guerrero is an Italian, now in his 30s. He is by nature an academic and archivist and historian who spent much of his life being happy around books, and has been very keen in recent years to avoid any parts of the world that are leaning towards the rise of far-right nationalism, for fear that he ends up being sent back to Italy and conscripted into the military. However, he has discovered through his association with Rudi in particular a bit of a love for the dramatic and the daring, and has found a life solving deep and dark mysteries right on the edge of reason. At the moment, he is wearing some perfectly serviceable black leather shoes and a white linen shirt.
I really thought you were going to say serviceable black leather trousers for a second. I was quite excited.
But since you mentioned the trousers, which I feel I have to, because for this game I actually gave them their own stat blocks. Because I can learn.
Quite right.
He is currently wearing his third best trousers, which are a very nice grey wool set. And he's slightly alarmed that, having tried to evade all of the far-right rise in populist movements in the 1930s, he has so far managed to do this spectacularly badly and now finds himself in Austria in 1938.
Having been part of something to do with Franco and the Spanish Civil War just a year before. You're doing well. You're doing well, Tony.
Yes, he's among his many talents, it turns out, is not actually making always good choices.
Well, speaking of good choices, however, the last man this evening is one of the best choices we ever made to bring onto the channel. For he is a true Adonis among men. He is the man whose beard I look upon and tremble. I had to spend extra time putting extra oils on, brushing mine a bit more to make it stand up to the beauty of the man. He is who I want to be when I grow up. He is the magnificent John, hashtag legitimine, hashtag misanthropes. John, what a pleasure to have you with us. How are you?
Hello, boys. It's been a minute, as they say. I was really looking forward to play again. I haven't really noticed that's been like so many months, but what's done, it's done. Here we are. I am John. Greetings, everyone. I hope you have a joyful, good time with us tonight. I am playing Rudi Otto, who is German born, but really caravan raised. Very interesting man. He is a man with broad shoulders, a big mustache, a heavyweight physique, as he has competed indeed in professional boxing in the early 1990s league, like early 20th century leagues. And he indeed went pro and retired undefeated with
Oh,
a whopping score of 9-0. I think it's the official, the official retirement score. And yeah, he could have challenged the title to become the champion, but his purpose, his goal was not to become the heavyweight champion boxer of the world, but to to get his means, to get some funds in order to pursue his real dreams and passion, which is history. So he entered the world of academia and spent many years then there. He's in his mid 50s now, and this past decade or so, I'm not quite sure, you can check up on the notes, he has joined forces with his friend Tony, and they have encountered and solved many mysteries, including some that might be considered paranormal and metaphysical. And he, beside boxing and history, he also knows about the occult. And now, after his latest adventures, now you can find in game, not in real life, in all stores nearby, his newest, the book that he wrote. He's an author now, Ringside Rituals, a boxer's grapple with history's hidden forces. It's a magnificent book. It includes boxing references, historical secrets. It's like it's a no-brainer if you're living in the 1938 circa era. You should definitely buy this book. It's yeah, it's a really good one.
Such a clickable title as well. I mean, for so good, so good.
I just hope a few copies have lasted to modern day, to be honest.
Who knows? Who knows?
So,
There must be. So many were made.
so many and not sold. Sparrow has redeemed by a book, and what happens with that for those that want to? If you want to redeem a copy of Rudi's book, don't spam it, please. But if you redeem it and give a number with it, that will be the page number, and Rudi himself may give you a sentence or an idea of what is on that page. Absolutely true, definitely there, not at all thought up on the spot. 64. So Rudi, please just give us a hint from this one.
64 must be relatively in the beginning. I imagine it being around 300 pages or so, at least 250. So it must be like a very long and pompous description of how it's never too late to swift gears in your life and change fields, like totally drastic different fields. Because have you heard a lot of boxers becoming academics? No, it's not a common thing. So page 64 describes that is easier than you think, as long as you hear your inner passion and you use it as a compass to drive you forward.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
inspirational, Rudy, inspirational.
It is.
It's this sort of energy about you that I understand now why the Frau Fischer fell for you so heavily when you went to her house earlier today.
I remember
So does she.
that.
So, speaking of which, shall we return to 1938 for the rest of the evening?
I feel we should.
Mm.
Take us there.
In which case, settle back, everyone. Grab up your glass. For it is 4:30 p.m. on the 9th of March 1938, 3 months removed from the academic symposium held at the Carlton Hotel in St. Moritz, where esteemed archaeologists, museum curators, and historians Tony Guerrero and Rudi gave what was reported by Gaston Delarue in Ce Soir newspaper as the finest and most captivating academic lecture of the 1930s. And our heroes have found themselves deeply and utterly tangled up in what can only be described as shenanigans, deadly shenanigans at that. Indeed, the danger that they find themselves in makes me even more apologetic, dear viewer, for leaving you on tenterhooks for so long. You see, our heroes have been held in a storytelling suspension for nearly 10 months, and the position they find themselves in has not been improving during our time away from them. If their time had passed at the same speed as ours this last year, then heroic man of the people Tony Guerrero will have been able to have his copious number of wine-stained trousers cleaned, pressed, and brought back into circulation. Former boxer turned academic powerhouse Rudi may have been able to sell more copies of his autographical weighty tome, Ringside Rituals, A Boxer's Grapple with History's Hidden Forces. And horny young buck Gaston Delarue may have been able to get his leg over several more times. As it is, dear friends, our three heroes are exactly where we left them all that time ago. Stood just inside the doorway of Konditorei Leitner, a popular but strangely quiet pastry shop close to the bank of the River Danube in Vienna, Austria. But what has led our fine and dashing, for the most part, heroes into this much-loved konditorei and made them feel the need to close the door behind them, turning the sign to closed? Well, I'm glad you asked. Settle in. It's quite an extraordinary series of unfortunate events. So, several years ago now, Tony and Rudi took a ride on the famous train, the Vienna Express, on a trip to Bern. The trip proved to be eventful, to say the least, and by the time it had reached Bern station, our heroes had thought, fought, and snuck their way through carriages of cultists dedicated to the Greek goddess Artemis, and had rescued the famous historian and Egyptologist, Monsieur Henri Canard, who had been drugged and bound, a centerpiece of the cult's plan to burn down Bern, using the train as a rather dramatic matchstick. After time spent convalescing in the mountains for the heroic Rudi our heroes have since foiled the Franco-led plot to steal the powerful bracelet of Mary Magdalene while aboard the SS Cannes, sailing across the Mediterranean, and have brought down a dangerous foe in the cosy Le Petit Grand in St. Moritz. Living through such dangerous and thrilling events, our heroes were pleased and honoured to have been invited by their old friend, Monsieur Canard, to join him for a relaxed afternoon of wining, dining, laughing, and telling tall tales in the bohemian Café Kaufmann in Vienna. Canard himself was in Vienna to attend a ceremony to award him for his amazing work. But far from being in a celebratory party mood, Vienna itself felt tense and uneasy, with rumours of German Chancellor Adolf Hitler looking to enforce his rule on the beautiful country of Austria. Monsieur Canard delighted to see his saviours once again, along with their plucky, young, horny French friend Gaston, excitedly told them about his current obsession, a mythical ancient artifact of Egyptian origin that Canard believed once combined with similar artifacts found by colleagues in Greece, Rome, and Persia would work as some kind of compass and lead them to an artifact of incredible power, capable of bringing peace to the whole world. However, it seemed as though other, less mythical forces are at work in Vienna, as a blue-eyed man, previously seen trying to steal Tony and Rudi's bag as they looked to board the SS Cows, and a militant group, seemingly known as Legion, crashed into the cafe, guns blazing, kidnapped Monsieur Canard, and would have no doubt caused more death if our heroes hadn't fought back before fleeing for the River Danube, complete with the Egyptian artifacts and a list of Canard's colleagues and the places they're staying in while in Vienna. As they puttered along the mighty Danube as quickly as their renamed motor launch, the Uppercut, could take them, our heroes worked out that they could reach the locations where the three colleagues were staying by working their way along the Danube. The house of Alina Fischer, where ancient Roman archaeologist Anna Zukov was staying, was closest. Frau Fischer turned out to be a delightful and welcoming, albeit understandably suspicious older lady. Used to having to look after herself since the death of her husband in the Great War, she informed our heroes that Zukov had gone into hiding until the coast was clear. However, able to put some clues together through some clever detective work, our heroes found a secret room behind a bookshelf, within which, among other things, was an ancient Roman compass piece. Determined to stay ahead of Legion, our heroes jumped back onto the Uppercut and headed for Konditorei Leitner, a pastry shop where Rufus Hightower, the expert on ancient Greece, has been staying. Along the way, Rudi has voiced his concerns that rather than being a force for peace, the ancient gods connected to these artifacts, Mercury, Hermes, Khonshu, and Anahita, are more closely linked to travel, business, and commerce, so things might not be all they seem. Climbing ashore, our heroes headed straight to the konditorei and immediately sensed something isn't right. Service is poor. There are no other customers, yet conversation with the staff is extremely limited. Despite another, better server entering from the back room, our hero's suspicions are heightened even further. This can't be her, Leitner. Something doesn't feel right here. And so, we rejoin our heroes now, as they silently re-enter the building and shut the door behind them, turning the sign to closed. It is 4:30 p.m. on the 9th of March, 1938, and Gaston Delarue is still horny. So, you are in the konditorei. The picture to your left is the ground floor. You were sat at the tables, and you have gone through the door into the shop front, closing it quietly behind you. As far as you're aware, when you came in, no one knows you are in there. The man that served you left through the doorway, down the corridor to the top of that image. It is a regular kind of place. There's a few tables inside. There is a glass-fronted space where the pastries are, and there's sort of the back with a clock on and glasses and cups and coffee-making devices. But it is deserted, apart from you three.
Rudi will break the silence and say, "Wait, Tony, Gaston, I'm feeling it's like a reverse deja vu. What is a reverse deja vu? I feel as if I haven't been myself in a very long time."
Okay.
Is reverse deja vu a thing?
No, but I might have just invented it.
Possibly.
Might be now.
Certainly, I haven't heard of it before.
Neither have I. Neither have felt it before.
Okay. So, should we follow down the passageway?
Ever be careful, for I fear The clutch of the Legion is very close.
Well, we have to see if we can find and help Hightower somehow.
Naturally.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to the door through to the through to the passageway.
Yep.
Is it closed?
The door appears to be closed. Yes.
Is it like the one you'd normally find in a sort of a commercial food place like that where they prep behind? Is it effectively a swing door?
Yeah. Where you see there's no handle on it, just a brass plate that could be pushed. You would assume. There's a small round window in the door.
Okay, then I'm going to first of all peer through the window, if I may, and see what's in that alleyway or the passageway.
How openly are you going to peer through it? Are you peer throughing it bold as brass, or are you peering through it subtly?
Which which direction does the shop face?
The shop front is, as in geographically,
Yeah.
the front of the shop would be to the southwest.
Okay, that's the least ideal possibility. Then in that case, any attempt I make to sort of peer up close is going to make a really obvious change in the light coming through from the front down that passageway. Okay, can I stand away back from it, like in the middle of the space, and walk across until I can see down it from a distance?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's make an agility roll. We like a roll on this channel. Let's make a roll.
Do we?
Especially agility.
Is that a thing?
We
Especially
are all
agility. Yeah.
very proficient.
You're
with-
all
Oh.
it'll be a miracle that he doesn't fall over as he tries to do it. So, in those dark places, our heroes have 4 main stats. That's charisma, agility, strength, and education. They're generally 1, 2, 3, and 4 for each, but our heroes have been able to jimmy them around a little bit. So they'll roll a d6 and they'll add their score. So it will be Ben's score for agility, which is not good.
It really isn't. It's 1.
And I think theoretically he should have to hit an 8 to succeed. Now, he does have some extra skills, and if he can argue that one of these skills that gives him a +1 or 2 fits, then I will let him have it.
Let him have it, Luke. Let him have
The
it.
old classic.
Oh, wait.
Daring do.
Daring do.
Well,
His
I
go-to.
don't think I can argue that this is technically daring do, but I do have a little bit of fighty, which might involve some poise and some balance and things like that.
Nah, you're not getting that.
Okay.
Roll a, please roll a d6.
Well, it's a 6. But
Whoa.
it's only a 7.
Well, you got to remember 7 as a standard is a partial success, and an easy check it's a pass.
Okay.
And it's fortunate for you that that is a pass. So,
Fantastic.
hang on. I just need to make a note of something. As you peer down it, taking sort of care to sort of be far back enough that you don't change the levels of light going through the window, I'm assuming is your
Yeah,
case?
I just don't want to cast a sort of dark shadow that would immediately attract anyone's attention.
Well, not physically. You often do it emotionally on the rest of it.
Obviously.
Yeah. You see the back of a man walking down to the end of the corridor. to sort of the doorway at the far end and taking a left into that. And
Okay.
almost as you're about to take a step forward, you freeze slightly as another figure comes out through the door, the first door on the left down there,
Yep.
and then heads down in the same direction. The first character was the second server that you saw. The first character, from what you can tell, is dressed all in black.
I don't recognise him.
You see him from at best 1/3 angle, and it's through a slightly reflective window. So,
Right. As you say, I will freeze when I see the second man until he disappears through the second door as well, assuming that's where he's going.
yep.
And as soon as he has, I'm going to creep forward and gently push open the door and step through until I can see if there is a similar sort of window in the door on the left. And beckon the others, especially Rudi and his fists, to join me.
Are the three of you all heading into the corridor?
Yes.
Yeah.
The walls definitely change as you head into the corridor. Where the shop front is trying to welcome in customers, this is very much all business back here. The walls are brickwork that hasn't been painted over or plastered over. Clean, but not pretty. There's a couple of paintings that are hung up on the wall. One appears to be of a gentleman dressed in like a patissier's outfit, looking very proud, with shaking hands with someone, holding an award.
What is a pâtissier?
Like a pastry chef.
Okay. Okay.
Shaking hands with someone, like smiling. And there's another painting of a dog. And looking at a very happy, healthy-looking dog. And you make it to the door, the three of you, through. It's lit, but it's not bright. But you can definitely see around you. This door has a handle and no window.
Okay. Can I whisper to the other two that there are two guys who went in through the far door? So if we go in through this door and it causes alarm, they may come running.
Rudi acknowledges but doesn't say anything. He seems to be prepared for anything
Okay.
and everything.
Naturally. No.
That's the Rudi we know and love.
And
Gaston will kind of point quizzically towards the far door, like that one.
I'm going to see if I can quietly and gently turn the handle on the door we're standing in front of and push it open. Peering through as I open it, if you know what I mean. So I will see as the room is revealed, but I'm hoping to do it so quietly that it won't attract attention if someone's in there. After all, there are people in the building moving about. It's possible they'll just assume it's someone else.
It's very true. You hear the door. Well, you go to the door. You open it. It does make a noise. You know how doors work. I'm not going to make you roll to open the door.
Mhm.
Oh, damn.
I can't open it. These ones with
It's a good
handles, let's
thing
be
because
honest.
historically we're not good at that.
It's very true.
You put your hands on the handle. You slowly open it. It opens. It opens the way that ideally you wouldn't want it to, in that it opens into the larger blind side of the room. So your initial look is to a slightly smaller area. So if we look at where it is, it opens. So the door is to the right. It comes off the right door frame,
Yep.
as it were. But as you open it, slowly, carefully, along the left-hand wall, as we're looking at it, there are racks full of dough, for the most part, carefully covered, proving, preparing, some with tea towels over them, some with other covers on them. Yeah, that's nice. This is definitely a place where they are get ready for the sort of the next batch up, as it were. There's a few other sacks here and there that are sort of open, that have been dipped into ingredients and such like. The more you open it, you start to feel the warmth to the room. This does appear to be the room with the ovens the baking ovens. And the more you open it, you do see sort of a slight fiery orangeness that suggests there is heating going on in there. When you get the door to sort of 190 degrees open,
Yep.
straightforward, you do, the three of you actually all notice the shadow of a figure who appears to be leant down, but you only see his sort of the back of his legs and his backside at this point.
What's he doing? I mean, is he working? Is he?
He seems, from all you can tell at this point, is that his upper body is moving, doing something, and he's sort of humming slightly as he does it. He seems focused on whatever it is. It's at this point, it's almost as if he's heard the door, but he's almost like he's expecting it. He just calls out in German. He calls out, Heinrich, where's the knife, man? Where's the knife?
Rudi is very tempted to barge open and say, aha, as loud as he can.
I think that actually may be the way to go. Let's pretend we belong here. Yeah, let's do it.
So what are you going to do, Rudi?
Is there any knife? Are there any knives around?
Roll for me a education check, please, and I will.
First roll with the classic oversized D6.
It's a big D6.
Oh, that's a critical failure.
Oh no, it's a 1. So that's a 4 in total. Your eyes quickly scan the shelves with the dough. You can't see a knife there.
Rudi looks around towards, I think, Gaston or something. I'm unsure what to do. He's tempted to barge in, but he wants to have the approval of the other two before he does anything right now.
Oh yes, I'm happily nodding. Let's go for it.
Okay. Gaston, how about you?
Luke, very, very quickly, the song, is it familiar at all? Is it, or at least is the? I suppose can you pin it to a location?
Oh, I like your thinking. Roll an education check for me, please.
It's a 4 plus a mighty 2 for my education.
Anything you want to add to that?
I don't know. I mean, generally speaking, I would argue jack of all trades all the time. It feels a little bit loose, but given its encompassing cover of general day-to-day life, I would argue it, but that's pretty much what I've got. Nothing else. No driving.
No
It's
driving.
not
No.
a driving song, is it?
No, it certainly is not. It certainly is not. You don't recognise it. A couple of bits of it sound like it could be Marlene Dietrich, maybe one of her songs, maybe, but you couldn't guarantee it.
Yeah. Seeing that, Gaston shrugs over to Rudi and sort of nods and gives
I guess.
approval.
Yeah, I have the confidence votes. I will barge in and shout, "Aha!"
Oh, the battle cry of a generation.
I am invincible!
The generation.
The generation. As you barge in, Rudi, the door flies open. The man sort of pauses in what he's doing, and as he turns around, what you take in is that he was leant over by the fires, but there's a dead body in front of him that appears to have been sort of stripping down, sort of almost sort of checking through. There's a few items that might have been on someone's person, sort of on sort of trays next to him, and sort of he's been checking through things, it might seem. There's a pool of blood on the floor, and he turns around. This man's all dressed in black, and he turns around shocked. Heinrich?
Funny thing is that Rudy's also shocked because, like, the 5 last times that I tried this, it was no. Yes, the instinct was correct, but she's kind of used to the opposite. Is this person? I guess he's not armed because he was asking for a knife, right?
Yeah. Wow, that's what he's asking for a knife. He's got. The only thing he's got in his hands is a wallet that it looks like he's been going through.
Is there like a pouch of how you call it? I'm not sure, neither in English nor in Greek what's the word, but it's the white. It's flour. It's flour. The white thing that you put in, something to throw flour at him or something.
Oh, well, there were sacks. If you want to dive your hand into a sack, we can attempt it.
Sure, or oregano or whatever to throw something.
A herbal solution. That's it. I will give you. What am I going to give you to do this? I will give you. I will give you agility, but I will give you fighty, just because it's similar movements, isn't it? It's attacking movements.
I'm a boxer, not a fighter, so maybe I shouldn't perform this maneuver.
That's a +2 boxing. Boxing comes under fighty, so yeah.
Okay, if I take the boxing, I will attempt it
boxing
like a jab. To throw it like a jab. Oh no, unsuccessful. 2 and 2 and 2, still a 6.
You throw your hand. It appears to be brown sugar, from what you can tell. And as you sort of throw it at him, it seems to miss. You just miss him, and it just flies past, all sort of around his face, and sort of you hear a sort of a bit of a hiss as it sort of goes into the fire behind him, and he looks at you shocked. Where's Heinrich? Who are you?
If they've got the ovens here, Do they have any of those? I'm sure there's probably a technical name for them, but they're kind of like shovels, but you load and unload bread from ovens using them, if you know what I mean.
Oh, they would definitely have those. There's a few of those propped up on sort of a couple of the work surfaces. Yeah.
Then if I can grab one of those, because they're fairly substantial bits of kit,
They are. They are.
but not, I mean, obviously because they're designed to be wielded, they're not unwieldy.
Mm.
I'm going to pick one up, and rather than sort of try and pretend to be Heinrich, because I'm guessing that won't go down very well, I'm going to attempt to whack him on the side of the head and knock him out.
Before I do that, hello, would-be heroes. Thank you for joining us so much, and thank you, Night Wanderer. Thank you for choosing us this evening. What a terrible choice you've made, but we're glad you're here to enjoy us as we delve back to the 1930s and a man trying to hit someone else over the head with a bread shovel. Let's find out if he does that, because I feel this is. I'm gonna enforce combat. I know, it's tough. I'm including Tony in this. I'm including Rudi in this because he is the man with a sugary finger.
Mm-hmm.
He's very much in the guy's face. His hands literally. You missed from about a foot away. I don't know how.
Rudi, maybe he's like,
He's like, do this fight without me. Licks fingers back into the sack again for more. Let's combat. Gaston, if you want to join it, I'm going to hold you off for a round, though. You're a little bit further away at this point.
That's fair.
So it goes, yeah. He's a lover, not a
Ah,
fighter.
his mind is far from combat, as always.
As always.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
He is a lover, not a fighter.
Mostly just horny.
Mind on the women is a mind. Right. Let's do some initiative then. I'd like you both to roll 1d6 and add your agility, please. And I shall do the same with my non-tink dice for our friend here. Okay.
It's very
I'm
generous.
a total of 8. That's the best I can do.
All
Total of
good.
5.
Fantastic. Which puts Rudi first. So I guess I'm picturing in this moment that Rudi's hand is still out there. And while he's still bringing his hand back, Tony's making a dive towards the shovel.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, in this moment, it is Rudi that actually has the initiative. So each combat round, as we've done bits a while ago, is 5 seconds long. And you can do all the usual sorts of things you'd like to do. Just let me know what you'd like to do, and I'll tell you how it works out.
Well, as I see friend Tony going for the shovel, I can only assume what's for. So after licking the brown sugar off my fingers, I will step in and go for a right cross into that murderer's jaw. And ask questions later, because I think that's the approach we have right now.
I like it. So you've gone in for hand-to-hand. Brilliant. So
Always. I never use weapons. He never uses weapons.
No, I've noticed that.
Yeah, never. No, not even the machine gun fight, if you remember. Never weapons.
I've heard that his fists are covered as weapons by will be by the Geneva Convention when it comes around.
Probably.
Which he probably, to be fair, he probably set up.
Yeah.
I'd like to think. It's got good standing in Geneva.
Yes.
I can just picture in the 1980s in the big meeting room. There's just a picture of Rudi Otto's fists like that. The first ratified weapons
With a big line through.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like it.
All right. So you need to roll, Rudy. 1d6, add your strength, and add your boxing, please. And I got to roll for the other combatants.
Of course.
The loser will lose
Let's
some strength.
go.
So this is strength.
Not too shabby. 4 and 4. That's an 8. Not too bad.
That roll, he has no chance. He because you're up in his face and the sugar's there and it's not gone in him, but he's had a moment. He can sort of half parry it at the last minute, but enough of your fist clonks into the side of his face. A good big slap on the side of his face, which staggers him. I've got to make a note of that. He's down on. He's sort of immediately almost down to one knee. He's not down and out at all, but it's hit him hard. His ear's ringing, whistling away in that ear. He sort of looks up at you, confused and shocked and angry. And it is over to him, actually. He's going to... Okay. He's going to grab at whatever is closest to him and thrust it towards you, Rudi. And that thing is a large metal spoon, which is
How large? It's like a
big old catering one. No, just like a yogurt spoon.
the teaspoon.
It's all he's got, and he's swinging it at the side of your head. So I will roll for that. So he needs to hit on this 6. Okay. He misses. He swings it. You've obviously staggered him back enough that as he's sort of swung wildly at you, like that, but doesn't quite reach you. And he sort of overswings a little bit. And as he's sort of swung himself around, Tony, we pass over to you.
Okay. I would like to take my shovel,
yes,
whatever the correct terminology is. I believe the actual blades of them are fairly sturdy. And I don't want to accidentally decapitate him if I land in the wrong place. So I will turn the blade flat on, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then put some welly into it and aim for his head.
Fantastic. Please roll a 1d6 plus your strength plus... So your skills are stabby skills. I don't know if I can offer you +2 because it's not stabby.
Well, I've got 2 fighty, but you may not necessarily think they're both viable.
I'll give you a +1 anyway because you could use it for daring do or one fighty. There we go.
Okay, so fair enough. So +1 +2 for my strength.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 4, so a total of 7.
7.
Nice.
You swing the shovel, and he in desperation raises a forearm to block whatever he's seeing coming, sideways. He lifts it up, and it catches the shaft of the shovel, so the head of the shovel doesn't get to do the full whack. You feel the reverberation down your arm as it smashes into his arm. It doesn't sound great in his arm, and he sort of howls in pain, but he's still going. He's still defending himself, and he's trying to stagger up towards you, Rudi, and it's onto you. Unless Gaston, you'd like to jump in at this point, I'll allow it.
Gaston would like to get in on the combat, I think, at this point.
Okay. Then please roll a d6, and I'll tell you where you fall in the order from now on.
Indeed. Do you want that plus
Agility?
That is a 5 + 4 for a 9.
Oh my goodness! It's Gaston to go with that.
So, my apologies. Gaston looks at the gentleman plies his fingers together and pulls out a cigarello from his case and lights it up.
I
And
won't
then
make I won't make you roll for that.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
But that is your
Then looks over,
that is your 5 seconds.
yeah, and then looks over to his more than adept colleagues at this point.
Okay.
Are you sure? Because so far it's really been more Keystone Cops than actual effectiveness.
No, he has faith. Even
Okay,
Ah.
fair enough. Yep.
Well, let's see if the faith is well placed. Rudi Otto.
First off, maybe dip a little bit of his fingers for good luck back to the brown sugar. And then I think the plan is to knock him out and then ask questions, because this is obviously a very dangerous man. Rudi suspects he's one of the Legion. So let's knock him out.
Go
He's going uppercut. It's time for an uppercut. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yes.
down on his one knee.
Off he
Time for
goes. Jawbreaker.
Good old uppercut.
Right.
So you're going to hit him with a boat.
That's it. The
from
strength of
the
the
heavyweight champion on the left.
That should probably do it.
Oh,
Boxing and oh no, critical failure.
no.
I am invincible!
Yeah, he is invincible, but he is also old.
Oh,
With a total of 5, he will definitely miss.
Oh, and you do. You sort of you wheel up. You remember the old days. You wheel the old arm goes around, and the guy manages to dodge it a bit quicker than expected. And he comes back at you with a fist of his own. If you could roll, it's hand to hand. So if you could roll against it, please, Rudi, and the highest will succeed. Oh dear, he has rolled terribly.
6.
You-
6 now.
You easily block him. He throws it, despite the embarrassment of missing. Your skill as a boxer it doesn't leave you, and you easily parry his shot, and you're able to sort of like almost like forearm him away from you again, push him away slightly to set up for you. That's if Tony doesn't finish the job first.
Well, it's a stretch goal, but we'll give it a go. With the first attempt being less than successful, I'm going to attempt, if I can, as I bring it back, to lean more into my established skill set, grab the shaft of the shovel firmly, and try and just slam it into him with all the force I can muster, head on.
Cool. Okie dokie. Let's do that then. 1d6 plus your strength, and I'll give you 1 for. Oh no, that's more stabby. I'd say 2.
Okay, we'll give it a try.
And I've got to roll for him, so it's going to be a combat. So if he rolls high, he gets out of it.
Yeah,
Okay, but he's not going to with that.
that's a total of 7.
Yep, and his was a total of 5. So he looks towards you too late. Rudi, you've taken his attention. He's swung and missed, and as he sort of recovers himself, Tony, you jab in hard with the shovel. You sort of shove it in, almost like your hand on the back, just shoving it that little bit more into him, catching him right across the diaphragm area, and he staggers backwards, unconscious almost. You know, the wind blown out of him, the combat, and he sort of staggers backwards towards the open oven, and the clothing on his elbow goes into the oven and erupts in flame. His sleeve erupts in flame as he sort of crumples to the ground, unconscious.
Rudi will say to Gaston, he was waiting for someone named Henry, but better look out for anyone else coming, and then he will get him off the stove. He doesn't want to see him burn alive at the moment, although he might one day in hell, but not today in earth.
okay.
So yeah, and he will try to pin him down whilst warning Gaston for a possible another one named Henry coming, probably with a knife.
As soon as he's been sort of laid out properly on the floor, I will attempt to beat any remaining flames out with my shovel.
I like it. I like it.
Roll an agility, please, with stabbing.
Roll a
No,
flame.
you're not stabbing. You're just beating. Just roll an agility, please.
Yeah, but I'm not. I can take my time. He's not moving.
Roll it anyway. It's an unwieldy object.
With agility, that's a total of 4.
Okay. You're not hitting too hard. You're beating him just a little bit of a beat down.
Fanning the flames.
Just fanning flames. As you do, you manage to land a few on the arm. Then the flames are going out as you beat him somewhat. You manage to crack Rudi across the back of his arm once, and across like his shoulder blade, as you clumsily wield this shovel.
Sorry, Rudi.
It's all good. It's all good. The important thing that we got is foul man. Quick, let's check on the person. Is that person dead or naked and dead, or for some reason I imagine it naked and dead for no reason?
What you like to imagine in your own time's up to you. But let's roll for it, shall we? Let's roll for everything for that. The state of the figure. So
The
education.
nakedness of everyone.
Is everyone naked?
Oh,
roll.
in case that person has somehow been, for some reason, I imagine like an altar naked. If this is just John's imagination and nothing else, but if there is some sort of ceremonial sacrifice or anything, and I can add my occult, you can tell me.
Right. In which case, let's roll an education and an occult then, and see if what you can discover.
Again, the one, not much there. So, yeah, even with all my bonuses, I don't think I can understand anything.
Well, it's a 6, but it's an easy check, so it's a partial success. What you can tell, Rudi, from looking at the body, it is indeed mostly undressed, but it seems to. It's yes, you're doing well. You're doing well with your working out tonight. But it seems to be more for checking him and perhaps preparing to dispose of the body, more than for other nefarious reasons.
Are the ovens big enough to actually incinerate the whole body or something? Was that the plan, maybe?
They would definitely be big enough to incinerate a body, yes.
Interesting.
Just a quick point. Gaston will turn in the opposite direction and take a long drag of his cigarella and just keep an eye out as directed by his good friend.
Cool. I'll roll for you every now and again then.
Yeah.
Okay, you're all right. There's nothing coming as it stands. Okay. So yes, so the figure is there, mostly naked. He's got his underpants on and his vest on, but that appears to be being ripped down the front. So it's still on him, but not really. And he appears to have several stab wounds in him and is covered in blood.
It appears the cause of death to be multiple stab wounds. and he sits upon the half unconscious fella to make sure that he's not going anywhere, properly pinning him down. Oh, May 4th.
Can I retrieve the wallet he was holding, assuming he's dropped it?
You can. I'll let you take that.
And if I open it, does it have anything identification-y in it?
It does. So the ID in it. There's a variety of banknotes. There's some ID in there. So the Austrian shilling, of course. There is an ID in there, and it is for her Leitner, and it's a photo ID, like an old photo, it's 1930s, and it seems to be ID for the Federation of bakers, of pâtissiers, and it is the same face as the man on the painting in the hallway.
Right. Okay. So I will quietly tell the other two. This was Herr Leitner himself.
Sorry, what did you say? Out of game, Herr who?
The owner of the
The owner of the bakery, Herr Leitner.
Okay. Okay. Poor man. So, maybe dip his fingers a little bit of the brown sugar just to get a bit more energized. All right, now you scoundrel, you murderous ruffian, you nefarious member of the Legion, are you not?
The man is well out of it. His eyes roll a little bit.
Brown sugar on his lips.
Roll. I'll tell you what, roll it. You haven't got any medical, have you, or science?
No.
I'll let you roll an education. Roll an education.
I tell him in German, ich bin die Sandman, and I give him brown sugar. Yeah, sorry, the total of 7. So something comes out of it, I suppose.
Yeah, you awaken him a little bit. He seems a little bit delirious from the from the pain of the impact, but he does appear to be conscious. This guy now. He sort of grows. He's like clutches at his chest somewhat. Who are you?
We will be the one asking the questions. I slap him around a little bit to wake him and then to intimidate him as well.
What are you?
I tell him in German that I am the Sandman. Ich bin die Sandman, Morpheus. And I slap him with sugary fingers. Brown sugary fingers.
Why are you here? No one was supposed to be here.
What is your mission? What was your plan?
Roll a charisma for me, please.
5.
He He sort of laughs at you, and sort of coughs up a bit of blood from the shovel impact. Go to hell.
Rudi looks around to the other two as if, who's next?
I'll have a go. Sure.
Sounds so sinister. Yeah, I'll have a go. Puts a lighter under his knife, ready to go.
I'm going to put the end of the shovel in the flames of the oven.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
And I'm going to say to him, just give it a minute and then we'll talk. Unless you want to talk now.
I like it. I'll give you a charisma then.
Okay, I assume I can't use daring do for this, can I?
It's not very daring. It's more.
It isn't.
Masochistic, if anything.
If anything,
we don't have that.
Very dark, not very heroic. Okay.
If I can't see one of the three musketeers do it, you can't do it. You can't get it.
It is, however, a total of 8.
He sort of looks at you, Rudi, sort of leering over him. He looks towards Tony. He looks, sort of, head turns around a bit to the shovel, and you see a sort of a slight breaking in his eyes at that point. Yeah. Makes no difference anyway. You're good as dead. You can't defeat the Legion.
Aha!
What are there? Three of you? And one just looks like a horny boy. He must be French. Two men and a French boy. You can't stand up against the might of Legion. It won't be long. We'll have what we need. And whoever you are, like brown sugar in the wind.
Where is Herr Rufus Hightower? And I start to pour down brown sugar to his face.
So, sugar boarding him.
Yeah, it's like a sweet torture.
You know, some of it's going down. If he's still here, upstairs. If it makes no difference, just go.
I think we have to go. We have to go and find Hightower if we can.
Is he? Does he convince us that he's telling the truth, or?
The two of you can roll an education, please.
No luck. No luck.
8.
Rudi, you're too busy licking your fingers to pay attention. But Tony's pretty convinced. He sees it in the man's eyes. He's seen it before. There's truth there. The man's got nothing to win, nothing to lose. You know, he truly believes, he's winning this, whatever this is.
Okay. So the obvious question, if we're leaving here, what do we do with him?
Well, I can sit back and finish him down while you check upstairs, or we can knock him out for a few good minutes and we all go upstairs together. Or we take him with us. And
I mean, he doesn't seem like very good company.
no, he does not, dear Rudi. Dear Tony, that is absolutely right.
Well, I think if you can knock him out, that's the way to go, probably. Because otherwise we'll have to put him in the oven.
Did I say off to the dreamlands with you? Knock him out. I think it's a pretty straightforward punch. I'm above him.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna jaw.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm just gonna roll for how long it's gonna put him out for, if that makes sense.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna knock you out for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Let me just set the timer on the old knuckles.
Precisely. I love it.
Okay, I got it. Okay, fantastic. You picking him up sort of almost by the scruff of the neck, straight for push to his face with your sugar-covered knuckles, and off to Sleepyland he goes. It's at this moment as the body clicks backwards, Gaston, you hear some clanging down from the sort of the metal stairs in the room next door. So along the corridor, and then through that door, you sort of hear some clanging down the stairs. You sort of hold your breath for a little while, and then there's the sound of an external door opening and then closing again, and then footsteps clanging back up stairs. So there is movement going on outside this room, but only you hear it. The other two are far too caught up in the moment.
Gaston will shh to the others and sort of make a gesture towards the side of his head, like he's listening for something.
Tony will immediately look down at the unconscious man on the floor and go, shh.
And Gaston will gesture, I guess, with his whole being towards the door.
Show me how he would gesture with his whole being.
Just a general, mostly the head. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for any further movement, I suppose.
And it does indeed fall silent outside in the hallway once more.
And as it does, he'll look towards the other two and he'll sort of raise a little eyebrow.
Maybe Rudi will, drag this Legion member's body, maybe with the help of Tony. He does a little notion like, let's hide him somewhere.
Um,
But you will also whisper that we suppose we have to check upstairs, no matter who is coming. Mr. Wolfus Hightower's safety is a priority.
yes, we have to find him if he's here. He's in grave danger, and the fact that these guys are here probably means he's already gone or dead. But we have to try.
We open.
It's at this point, it's just sort of it's sort of in that room. You've dragged the guy's body along a little bit, and you're sort of heading a bit towards the door in that thought of rescuing Hightower. Gaston, you hear, and the other two, to a slightly lesser extent, you hear shouted down from upstairs in a mistakably British accent. Get off me, you cads, you bounders, sharks! I'm not coming with you. And that's where we'll take our break for a second.
Oh, this
Oh,
is very good news.
Nice.
Okay, so we shall take 5 minutes to do what we need to do, and then we shall come back for the second part of Tony and Rudi. Don't go anywhere.
so much doing.
So much doing, so little anything else. See you all in a second. Toodaloo. Hello, everyone. We're back. Glad that you're still here, if indeed you are. I think we might as well. I think we might as well continue.
Mhm.
I suppose it is 4:45 on the 9th of March, 1938.
Too close. Too close. Comfort.
Too close for comfort.
And our heroes are in konditorei Leitner in the ovens and prep room with a dead body of her Leitner and an unconscious, rather battered body of a Legion member. A British voice has just called out upstairs, refusing to be taken anywhere by cads, bounders, sharks, crooks, and the like. And our three heroes are ready to spring into whatever they're going to spring into.
Oh, I think it's spring into action time.
Ah.
We cannot delay when there's someone shouting for assistance.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Gaston is much less prepared than the other two for such events.
She's taking
So
his
let's
sweet
do-
time.
Which is a shame because you're the one closest to the door.
Relaxing.
Well,
He's looking he's looking in the wallet at the folded out picture of the woman he's left behind.
Ah.
alas. But no, he
Newspaper
looks
cutting of
over
Amelia Earhart.
and says, Hightower? Hightower?
That must be him, yes.
Fumbles around at the door a little bit and swings it open.
Don't forget to say aha.
Ah.
Your terrible aha is wasted. The corridor is empty.
And he'll proceed through and sort of look over his shoulder a little bit for the other two, looking for some reassurance, I suppose, at this point, with their experience in such.
Yes, Tony is in pursuit, coming to provide whatever backup is needed.
Rudy's coming last, I suppose. Yes, third one to enter.
And he'll, if they're willing, he'll more than happily let them take the lead on the situation.
Okay. if you stand aside, I'm not going to. Having heard the man shouting, I'm on my way. If you know what I mean. So I'm going to throw myself into the passageway and then along it, and without even checking behind me to find out if everyone's following, I'm going to assume they are, and throw open the door to the storage space that's marked on the map.
Any ahas incoming?
I was going to say, don't forget.
I feel I would be treading on someone else's thunder if I were to do that. So I will wait until Rudi arrives and he can do his own. But I will throw open the door and see what I can see.
The storage room. If the ovens and prep room was quite plain and workmanlike, storage even more so. We are talking plain brickwork, roughly hewn storage shelves, cheap wooden, the splintery type, adorns the whole wall on the right-hand side as we look.
Mhm.
From floor to ceiling, it has tubs, it has sacks of ingredients, it has saucers, it has mugs, it has coffee beans, it has cutlery of all varieties, including little spoons. It has a selection of sharp knives and other kitchenware, and it has a door to the outside on the left-hand side of the wall, and in front of that it has just basic wooden stairs running up and then around, so
Mhm.
curving around the edge of the wall, with a very basic single banister. You know, a small child could duck underneath it. You
Yep.
know, running up and round, and it vanishes up through sort of almost like a hole in the floor, um, around and above you. The room has one body in face down in the middle of it.
Um, can I still hear any shouting or commotion upstairs?
All have a roll. Let's have a welcome back from break roll, everyone. Welcome back from break. All of you, please take an education roll, please.
Any occult involved for some reason, or I'm reaching again?
At this point, you're reaching. For this one,
All
you
right,
are.
right.
This one, you are. This one, you are.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Total of
So
5, I'm afraid.
5 as well.
the
Yeah.
action though, right?
No, so it might be just straight
No.
education. No. You hear some indistinct, that sort of bashing and clunking. A bit of a clunk here and there, but nothing that you can make out. No more voices, no more names or words.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to be a bit of a kerfuffle, that's all.
Okay. I don't want to delay too long, but can I quickly crouch down and check for a pulse on the guy who's on the floor?
You don't need to check for a pulse. They're very clearly dead.
Oh, okay.
And it
Then
is a lady in a waiting outfit. She clearly works there. She's in the gear. She's got, the apron on.
Okay.
From what you can tell, she was probably well turned out.
Okay. Then if I don't need to stop, I'm just going to not look back and continue charging up the stairs.
Are we all following?
Yes. Wherever Tony goes, Rudi will most certainly follow.
The bromance.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Are we to hell with quietness right now?
We were never really the stealthy, silent type either way. So, yeah.
Yes, I mean, I'm tempted to say yes, if for no other reason than if we're making enough noise as we approach, we might make them let go of Hightower. And, they're occupied and he's fighting apparently. So if that struggle's still going on, let's buy him every second we can and clatter up the stairs.
Fantastic. The three of you do clash up the stairs. The map will change.
Oh.
And you are here. You clatter up into a room. It seems to be a room that the owner has not done much with. It seems almost like a spillover of storage. Ahead of you, there is a door that is half ajar. As in, it's half open, not it's half a glass jar. It's yeah, it's half open. That's the one to the right of where your red circle is. The door above you is shut. The only thing in this room that he's done with is it is kind of plastered, and there is an array of paintings, pictures, old photographs, almost like, and then his trophy. You know, the one that you saw downstairs in the painting?
Oh, yeah.
That's in a pride of place. But apart from that, it's pretty empty in this room. The kerfuffle you can hear appears to be through the door to your right.
Okay. Well, if I can hear the noise, I'm running straight towards it. This probably isn't very wise or cautious, but there is a man shouting because he's being attacked by ruffians, and this will not stand.
Tony, you go charging through the door. With, of course, we know that where Tony goes, Rudi goes. So Rudi's right behind him, and I'm sure Gaston is bringing up the rear. And you barge through the door, Tony. And as you barge through that door, you feel something splatter up against your trousers. You're like sprayed in this mist. You look down, and it's dark and red, sticky almost. And maybe a couple of meters ahead of you, you see the body of a man in black, clutching at his throat. There's sort of more red pulsing out of it, and he crumples to the ground in front of you.
We don't know how Rufus Hightower looks like, right? Never met him. We don't know really anything about him.
You can hear the kerfuffle now, and you can indeed see a man not in black, one man not in black, being dragged off around the corner by maybe like sort of half fighting, half being dragged by maybe 4 or 5 men in black around that sort of L-shaped corner.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose this is where we go then. We don't linger around the dead person. As long as there is an alive one struggling, we will go towards the light.
Yeah.
Don't go to the light.
We have to intercept. Trousers be damned. We have to intercept. And thankfully, because these largely identically dressed people are dragging away a struggling man, we kind of know who the good guy is. So
yes, you can safely assume, yes.
So yes, just charge after them.
Cool. Trousers be damned, as an aside, is from what I've heard, is Gaston's favourite nightclub in Paris.
It is quite the spot. To be fair, Gaston probably takes a minute because he's less involved in the Trousers be damned than his colleagues. So it will certainly take a moment to bereave the Trousers. A very brief moment, but it's there. Yeah.
So it's 3 against 4, right? I suppose like 4 against 4 if we take up the person who's being dragged onto our team, I suppose. But it's gonna be
3 against 4 if you include Gaston.
Are they armed?
I'll tell you what, I'll let you do. All of you roll an education for me, please. And
5.
I can't give you anything else.
Yeah.
That's 8.
Oh.
Mine will be a mighty 3.
Gaston, you are sort of you seem to be struggling a little bit with your emotions at the sight of Tony's trousers. Rudi, maybe your eye is caught slightly by a mirror on the wall, losing yourself in your beautiful reflection for a long time. Tony, you can't. I guess 2 things you spot is one, that the guy at the back of that group, as he's sort of dragged around the corner, appears to have a holster with some form of pistol in it. And almost that first step you make, you half trip and you look down, and the dead body does appear to have a revolver on the ground next to it, as if it belonged to that man. Maybe he dropped it in the moment.
I'm going to pick up the revolver. Do I still have line of sight of the group?
The group are gone, and bear in mind that to fire a revolver takes agility.
Yes. Yes, I've learnt that. I also have a pistol in my pocket, and I'm rubbish with that too.
Just John Woo it at this point.
Yes. I'm going to take it if for no other reason than I don't want the guy on the floor to suddenly discover he's not entirely dead yet, and I'm going to pursue as fast as I can, holding the pistol. Even if I can only use it to threaten them, I will do so.
All three of you rushing in the same direction.
Is
Gaston
there
was
any
slightly
other
different.
direction?
There's well, you're there. That's the corridor you've gone down. You're all in that corridor. You're either going around that corner into the living room. There are your two options at the point.
No, I'm going towards main kerfuffle.
Fantastic. The main kerfuffle is around that corner in the corridor to the north, as it is.
To the yeah.
Up the upwards.
Okay.
Tony, you screech past towards the corner, followed by Rudi. Gaston, as you get to the door to the living room swings open, and you come face to face with a startled-looking man dressed all in black, who sort of double takes for a minute, realizes that you're not dressed in black.
That's a dress code.
That is the dress code. And that you have your trousers on.
Indeed, my non-stained trousers. Gaston will take a minute and he'll look around and look down at himself and look back up at the person, and then he'll channel his greatest Rudi and go for him.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Let's see what I've taught you.
Right. Right. That is. Now it's not a fail because you're going to roll against him. So what? Just tell me what you get, and you just got to beat him.
Good days. What am I rolling? Seduction.
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah, do
1d6.
things your own way. Do things your own way. 1d6 plus strength.
Plus strength.
And I'll roll 1d6 plus strength for him.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's a 5 plus 1.
That is okay. You sort of swing at him wildly, agriculturally, but you do make contact with his jaw and you stagger him backwards down. He's spitting out blood on the ground. He's sort of shocked and stunned as you sort of tower over him in the doorway of the living room. His blood is dripping out of his mouth on this slightly threadbare but once grand carpet. The living room is humble but comfy, with some nice comfortable chairs in there, a small writing table with a desk, a desk and a chair. More paintings. The man's obsessed. A small like Catholic, like a cross and a small area, like a praying section to the saints and such like. And the man looks up at you shocked, because it is his turn. Who are you?
I am Gaston de la Rue. And he'll take a long drag from his cigarella.
Gavin the baboon?
And if there's a chance, Luke, at that point, I think he'll take off in pursuit of his friends.
I'll allow you. He's not. He's crumpled down. You have all you need is a second to get out the door. I won't even make you roll. If you wish to leave him as he is, yeah.
He will do so.
The two of you, having left Rudi, you have faith in your protege. It's quite right. He served you well. The two of you go barging around the corner, just as the door to the box room slams shut, and you can hear an almighty kerfuffle taking place in there.
What's like a box room? It's like a
small, like a if your bedroom if your house has 3 bedrooms in England, usually the 3rd bedroom is quite small. There's normally enough space for a bed, a wardrobe, and that's kind of it. And
I'm asking. It doesn't have to do anything with boxing, right?
No,
It doesn't
no.
have
I mean, I would
girls
say yes.
in this room are
Why-
+2 or something.
Well, why not? Why not use it as an excuse?
I'm sure in Rudy's house it does.
Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah, it's like to hell with you ruffians. Set this poor man free right now and pull on Bull Rush charge like he did in that train towards Bern
Oh,
in the beginning of the story. If there is a window behind them, maybe we'll, but actually there's a lot of them, so I cannot like fall with just one of them out of the window. It won't be productive, but I will certainly try to bull rush one or maybe 2 of them, I guess.
well, in which case, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's.
Or maybe I will just run with all my heavyweight physique to all 4 of them and just make it like a human rumble. Just throw them all down, including myself.
All right, here's what we'll do then. It will launch us into combat, but I'm going to give you, because of your actions charging through the door, it's going against the outside of the rules somewhat, but because of how you've gone with it, I'm going to give you like a free roll, like a free initiative, and then after that we will make an initiative roll, so you get like a free shot. Yeah.
All right.
What I want you to do is I want you to roll with your strength.
To be fair, this is I'm not using any boxing right now.
No,
I just
so
want
it's
to
just
throw everyone down,
Yep.
cause a mess, and hope that Tony will pick up the pieces after me.
A perfect way to start a fight.
Yeah, but yeah, my main objective is like to stop everyone, to cause chaos and see where that goes.
Yes.
So it's just strength.
Just strength.
Mind you that I have only a strength of 2 because I'm my mid 50s. I'm over 55 actually.
Oh, so old.
Yeah. So, but still, let's hope. Oh, the 3rd raid this evening. You're quite popular, boys.
Between you and us,
what happened to
lollygaggers, you're our favourite raid. What have we said to the others?
Right, rolling a 6. Yeah, very good, lollygaggers.
The luck of the
It's
gag.
the best I can do.
Rudy's been rolling horrifically all night until you guys turned up.
Yes.
You're his lucky star. Well, yeah, but we do, but mostly to you. Always a joy when you guys turn up. What were you playing tonight? I hope it went really well. And I hope everyone's still alive in the game. As our heroes are. Not everyone in this building is alive, but our 3 heroes are. And Rudi still is, because as he goes barreling through the door with the force. He's not. He's put on that little bit of weight again, didn't he? Because he lost some of his weight in his darkest Rudi.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I
Yes.
do. But it's back on there. And as he barges through, it like bursts the hinges off the door. The door bursts. It's a cheap door, but it still feels pretty impressive. And the door bursts open. Rudi, you go crashing into the floor, which actually does free up the British gentleman. So I can include him in the initiative rolls. And you've scattered everyone to the floor. You sort of look up from your big bundle on the floor, and there are indeed there are 4 black-clad men, and everyone is going to roll initiative, please.
Excellent.
I had agility, right?
Yes, and agility.
Because I've always thought of initiative as something that's more of an education thing.
That's what you would say.
That's a total of 4.
Let me make my
5
list.
for me.
Let me make your list and put you at the bottom, Tony. Hang on.
Yep.
4.
Mm-hmm.
5. Rudi. Gaston.
Surely you don't need Gastons. That's an 8 total.
You've proven yourself, Gaston.
Ooh.
You've proven yourself. Right. Hightower. Okay. Interesting. And then the 4 goons. Okay.
4?
Yeah, that's what we said. Okay. Gaston, you are up first. So, as you come somehow, because I'm going to assume Rudy's gone barreling in. He's knocked everyone over. Everyone's quite stunned. Tony has screeched around the corner with the pistol in hand, surveying the scene. But Gaston, you're so pumped up, full of vim, vigor, horny vinegar, that from winning your first fisty fight, you've just gone charging straight in. You've picked it up. What are you going to do? There's 4 of them. They're clambering up. They're all reaching for their guns at this point. They are armed. A couple are reaching down to pick theirs up. A couple are reaching into their holsters. The box room is small, and it is a mass of man flesh, just like the Paris nightclub that you like to go to.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that's the name of the Paris nightclub he likes to go to. One of them, anyway. One of them. Well, in which case there is only one thing to do. He will barge past Tony with the weapon and lean himself up against the wall as seductively as possible and say, "So, gentlemen, what's on the cards?" And just I don't even know what I'm going for here. Maybe some kind of distraction.
Seduction.
Some kind of a what? What is happening here? But to buy a few minutes for colleagues.
Strange. God, a few minutes. You think a lot of yourself.
Well.
Strangely enough, it's not one of the examples of actions in the rules.
No.
Okay, roll for me a charisma. I'll tell you what I'll do. Roll for me a charisma. And if you hit an 8, you will have caught the attention of 1. 9, 2, 10, 3, 11, you'll have got kind of the attention of all 4. And that will give almost like a boony advantage to the other 2. How about that? That seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. Go on.
Indeed. Adding selection.
Why? Well, maybe. Hang on.
And maybe chat of all trades.
I'll give you chat. I'll give you chat of all trades for 3 and seduction for 1 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Not
just
quite sure how I'm going to work this.
Just do chat. Just do chat. Chat of all trades.
It's 4 on the dice. My charisma is a 3. My chat of all trades is a +2.
Right, nice. That's 2. Okay. Okay, so 2 of them will miss their turn this turn. There we go. That's a fair
Wow.
deal.
And as he leads against the wall, he raises his eyebrows up and down in a very fast motion.
Or a Roger Moore. Are you in a safari suit as well, are you?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how things play out.
Let's pick which 2. Okay. Okay, the 1st and the 4th. That's good news for you guys. Hightower is up next. He briefly looks up and confusion. You see confusion furrow through his brow. He's seen a big, beefy ex-boxer come piling through and knock them all out. And then he's seen some weird French guy lean against the walls and raise an eyebrow. But he's going for it. He's going to start struggling with one of them for his gun, for his weapon. So I need to roll for these. Okay. Which he does not succeed in. There's that fight. He sort of grabs for it. The guy grabs his wrist. He grabs the other guy's wrist. He grabs his wrist. There's sort of a kerfuffle for it, and then the guy pushes him back, and Hightower crashes backwards onto the bed without a gun. But luckily for him, the next man up is the magnificent Rudi Otto.
Well, there's certainly one way to settle this. He will go to the man attempting to draw his firearm, and he will say, "Real men do not use guns." And he will swing at him.
Okay, right. We do this hand. You're going to do a 1d6, add your strength, add your fighting, and you've got to beat his score. And his score, I'll give you it right now, actually, if you want. Beat a 6, and that'll do you good.
I think I can beat a 6 with a +4, but then again, I shouldn't jinx it. So maybe I will add a little bit of role play to it to negate that jinx. He's looking at me, right, and he's trying to pull his weapon. He will do like just for flavor, a little bit of feint. He will wash some brown sugar from his left, and then jab him with his right, just to be a little bit of. Oh no, I jinxed it. It's a total of 6. It's so close.
It's a draw. Yeah, no blows are landed. You sort of swing to it. He's able to. He watches this, and he picks the right hand. He sort of, as you swing, he manages to block it and push it away, half spinning Rudi backwards. And as Rudi is swung backwards, the goon that's next to you actually has his gun out, and he takes aim at Gaston Delarue.
Oh. But he's so cool.
He is so cool. The man that's standing there.
How can you shoot someone who's like this? Doesn't make sense. Like, who is this guy? He's so cool.
He's ferociously anti-smoker. Passive smoking in this small room.
Reasonable, to be fair. You can't blame them, really.
But you don't get to roll against this. You can dodge to make it harder, but you lose your next turn. Would you like to attempt to dodge, Gaston?
No, I like to think
He is
Gaston
at
is
close range. He needs to hit a 6,
probably
basically.
too preoccupied with his seductive leaning against the wall to worry about dodging. So no, let's say no.
So no.
Hmm.
No. Okay. We're going to roll. And it is a... You are bloody lucky.
Oh, dear, very much.
I
So.
told you, you cannot shoot a man who's that cool. You will definitely miss. Like, fate won't
John called
be
it.
on your side.
Which even with his skill, does not reach the required. Maybe it's the shock of it all, and he's slightly shaking somewhat. He fires, and you feel the heat of the bullet zim past you, and thud. The spray of the of the wall flickers against your cheek.
Hmm.
You sort of almost like touch yourself, but there's no holes there.
And he does, and he looks to the side and slowly exhales and blows it up into the air as seductively as he can.
As Tony Guerrero enters the fray.
Okay. The one who's just shot at Gaston.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout, "Real men don't use guns," and shoot him. With the revolver.
Oh, this is going to go well for you. That was quite daring, though. Oh,
I'm going for my daring do here, basically.
Yes, agility plus daring do.
It is very daring.
You're very close. You need to hit a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Maybe
I need
it's
to roll
an
a 3.
educated shot. Maybe it's an educated shot and
I need to
roll
roll a 3.
education.
Let's see. Ooh, that's a total of 7.
Oh, you hit.
No.
There you go.
Roll 1d6, please, and tell me what you get.
That was a 4.
You hit him right between the eyes.
Wow.
It's after that statement. That was a hell of a statement, honestly. You see, you fire. His head jerks back, and as it jerks forward again, almost like a perfect circle. In the middle of his forehead, a single trail of blood starts to run down, and his eyes roll back, and he slumps down, dead.
And I will shout out, "The world only contains one genuinely good Frenchman. You are not shooting him."
What a man. Right, the next goon gives up trying to reach for his gun, and he tries to bull rush Tony.
Okay.
Throwing you into hand to hand. Could you please roll a 1d6 plus your strength, please?
Plus strength. Can I get any daring do on this?
There's no daring do. You've spent it all on your daring
Fair enough.
do.
How about some fighty since we're in combat?
Yeah, you can have some fighting. You can have one. You can't give you
One
two
of my
because you're
fighty.
seven. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So plus 3.
Yep.
That's a total of 8.
Okay. He goes in to punch you. You block it, and you land one back in his jaw, and you stagger him backwards. He crashes sort of against the wall, like with his arms up like that. Sort of comes back a bit woozy, but you definitely won the first moment in that battle. And because the other man is too busy staring at Gaston, we're back to Gaston de la Rue.
Fantastic.
Gaston stretches up high and says, "He's right. Real men Why laughing, Luke? Why laugh?
Ah,
Real men know there are far more persuasive ways to get what they want. And flickers his eyebrows up and down again.
oh my goodness.
Double down on seduction.
Well, yeah, why not?
Are you basically playing a bard in a 1930s adventure right now?
Oh, no, don't say that.
Buffing your team.
I'm
I'll
just
allow you.
leaning into what Ben gave me.
I will let you. You have the attention of one man.
Uh,
I'll tell you what. You hit an 8, you can keep him out of combat for one more time, but the other 2 are not
Oh,
interested.
that's very reasonable. That's very kind of you as well. To be
Thank
fair.
you. I'm feeling generous tonight.
What are we going charisma and? It doesn't matter. It's 5 and charisma is 3, so it's an 8.
Nice.
You indeed catch the attention of the other man, but I would suggest that his movement towards you, you
It's
probably can't manage it again. He's out of it for this round, but I think you're out of luck next time. But
Thanks.
you buying that
Very
time,
kind of you.
it's all right. Gives Hightower a chance. Hightower is going to decide that discretion is the better part of valor, and is going to kind of hide somewhat behind Tony Guerrero. Who are and you just say, "Who are you?"
To me,
Yeah, I'll give you. You can have about a sentence in that time. Who are you?
I am Tony Guerrero.
And it's Rudy's turn. Thanks, Tony Guerrero. Deep insight.
I will follow up by saying, "Well, Hightower, we are here to safeguard you and the Sexton compass." And so, how many are not dead or charmed right now?
there are 2. There
Two.
is one that Tony punched, who's sort of recovering and will get another go this turn. And there's another who has his gun out of his holster and is looking for a target. They're your 2 targets.
Okay, let's go to that one with a gun, and I think I'm running out of one-liners, so let's just let's just hit him in silence and contemplation, and just focus on getting the job done this time. Just a nice 1-2. Yes, as Coconut from chat suggested, giving them an good old 1-2.
Yeah, go on.
5. It's a pretty nice roll for me because the total of 9.
9, right? I need to roll for the other guy who's not going to get 9. I can tell you that now. You
Even in your best day,
Yes.
son.
you catch him solidly on the sort of the side of the lower jaw. Immediately the gun falls out of his hand and he crashes into a mirror on the side of the wall. The mirror shatters.
Oh no, that's
glass.
bad luck. Oh no, that's bad luck. I said that in game.
Glass sprays out over him and sort of showers you guys. The sun, the last sunlight of the afternoon's coming through the window and it sort of glints on the glass as it sprays around. He slumps down. He's still conscious and he's struggling to get up again. But he will not get his turn this turn, which means we're heading to Tony up next.
Okay. So there's one now lying on the ground.
Yep.
One is distracted. And what's the other one doing?
The one that you first punched is basically back up on his feet and looking to start a Barney?
If he's close enough, I'd like to hit him with the revolver. Pistol whip him.
Bonk. Okay, pistol whip away. That's strength. That is D1d6 plus strength.
And can I have one of my fighties?
You can, and I will roll for him. That's more like it.
6, 7, 8, 9 total.
He actually manages to. He rolled a 6, which added to his skill means he actually managed to block your pistol whip.
Okay.
He, almost like he sort of dodges it and sort of elbows it up out your hand. You sort of just about manage to hold onto your pistol, but it sort of sends you scattering to the side somewhat, off balance. But no damage is done to either. But he's now back on his feet now. He's regained some good position. And in fact, it is his turn. And Tony's going to go straight for you, charge straight for you before you've got any chance to recover.
Mm-hmm.
So please roll a strength plus your fighty, please, because he's going to take a swing for you.
Strength plus fighty.
Yeah.
That's 10.
10. Wow.
As he swings for you, yes, and he's got an 8 in total, which is quite a good score. I thought there was a chance for a minute, but as he swings for you, you sort of grab his elbow as he goes past, and you continue his forward momentum with your other hand, reach around to like the back of his head. So as he swings past, you slam him, the back of his head, forehead first into the wall, and he crumples down onto the ground just next to the bed, seemingly unconscious.
Okay, that was lucky.
Gaston. There are 2 left. There's one who is now advancing on you, and another who is staggering to his feet near Rudi.
The one who is advancing to Gaston, I like to think he has the whereabouts to realise that his game is up. Gaston's game is up. And he'll withdraw the cigarillo from his lips, and he'd like to flick it towards the face of the one that's advancing towards him.
So much style.
What can I turn this into?
I'm
Right.
pulling out all the stops.
1d6 plus agility, please.
Okay. No. Reasonable. That's a 9 in total.
That's good. The cigarillo sort of end over end over end spins and catches in the man's perfectly coiffed moustache. And then woof, it goes up. The man panics. He starts like slapping at his moustache, slapping at it. Sort of goes to his knees, like suddenly panicking as fire sort of engulfing around his top lip. And for that reason, he missed his turn. Hightower decides to just lay into the unconscious man that you just knocked out, Tony, giving him kicks to the ribs as he lies there prone and unconscious, calling him all manner of vicious names. As we head to you, Rudi. You have a man on his knees, clutching at his moustache, and a man that's just staggered up in front of you.
Well, first off, I don't want Mr. Hightower getting shot. So I will position myself between him and anyone possibly, with a gun aiming at him. And I guess there is at least one man. So there's the man with a cigarette burn in his mouth, and the other one. What's his...
So the other one was the one that that you knocked down. The mirror shattered, and he sort of staggered back to. You, the look you've got. You know, when you've won your fights, it's the guy in like the ninth round. You know, you've knocked him down twice, and he's up gamely. You know, it's that his eyes are woozy, but his fists are going. You know, but it's not fists for him. It's a revolver. He's carefully trying to like get an aim on you.
You know what? I think like the best way is to knock him out, but I don't want him while getting knocked out, something happening and Mr. Hightower getting shot. So my priority would be to fully body shield Rufus Hightower from any incoming shots, and maybe grab him like that under my armpit. But Rufus, I mean, just to make sure he won't get shot by anyone. Say, Herr Hightower, we are here to protect you. Do not worry about anything. As I move him around with my body weight, just to make sure if he's getting shot, I will be the one taking the bullet from him, and I will pray that one of my colleagues will finish the rest of them.
That's strong.
That is strong.
Very heroic, yes, I know.
Incredibly heroic. Especially as this guy is now gonna take aim and fire in your direction. It was very heroic, Rudi. Very heroic. Let's hope it works out, eh? Let's see. Roll a dice. Okay. Wavering arm. He's sort of squinting hard to focus. He squeezes the trigger. The gunfire in the box room is loud. You'll hear it. It's shocking still, though, in this combat. And there's a moment, and then Rudi, your shoulder flings backwards, and you feel the intense pain of a gunshot to your arm.
Me.
The only thing that keeps you, the thing that flashes through your mind is that is where Hightower was, literally like 3 seconds before you dragged him behind him. As blood is like, but your for now your left arm is done. For the next, for now, you feel like the power seep out of it. The blood is like pulsing out of that, and the pain starts to overtake you. You felt pain. You can stay conscious, but for now, for this combat, for as it stands, I need -1 strength, please. -1 strength for as it stands.
I take comfort into the fact that would have been Rufus's head or something. So
yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's all good.
Yeah. Tony.
There are two of them still up, right?
One that just shot at Rudi, and the one who's clawing at his moustache.
There is no decision to be made then, because I am leaping at the one who shot at Rudi.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to yell, "How dare you!" and try and hit this guy with my pistol.
Okay.
Swinging it, you understand?
Oh yeah, so it's a beautiful vision. I can picture it. Please roll 1d6 plus strength plus fighty.
Strength plus fighty. Okay, so that's +4. Okay, that's a total of 5.
Well,
Oh.
1 + 3 is 4. You
Oh my word!
It's a shot more from not just it's panic. It's that sort of, you've seen your friend get shot. It's not the most exquisite shot you've ever landed, but just through sheer defense of your friend, you're swinging the pistol, the butt of the pistol round you, smack the guy. More by luck than judgment in the temple. And you hear a horrible crunching sound. And the man collapses to the ground, and within a couple of seconds you start to see blood leaving his nose and his ear. He is, if not dead, he's on his way out. It was a hell of a shot in the panicked moment. Not your best shot, but it worked.
Okay, it made it through.
Which means we're back to Gaston, actually, because he's the next man up now, because it's just the one goon left, the one clawing at his tash as Tony stands over the blooded man.
And Gaston looks at the person on the floor, clawing at their moustache, and he'll say to them, "Your friends are down. Everyone is dead. Now is the time to give in. What do you say?" And he'll advance, I guess, with a with a drawn back fist.
You see the man look up at you, briefly sort of glimpse around, like without moving his head, sort of eyes to the side, looking at those around. He looks at you. There's fear in his eyes, and then he sort of squares his jaw a bit. He says, "You think you've defeated us today, but we are Legion." And he sort of bites down in his mouth, and there's this pause, and then frothing coming out over his lips, and his eyes roll back and falls limp onto the floor.
Good riddance. Herr Hightower, are you okay? Are you all right?
The man sort of staggers out from behind you, looks at your shoulder, looks at the three of you, and says, I guess I owe you three my life, a debt of gratitude. Thank you so much for this. These men that I guess so. Oh, and in front of your eyes here, the man sort of is overcome and faints onto the bed. And
I was shocked. She faints.
he faints. He's an academic, and
I am too.
Aren't we all, apparently?
And as he faints down, and Rudi's there with his blooded shoulder, and Tony stood over the body with the revolver in his hand, and Gaston with his gargling man in front of him. That's where we'll end for this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, Luke.
Oh, beautiful.
That was really well done.
And I will most certainly make sure I'm saying it right here and right now. And the next one won't be months away, or at least 10 months. We can do so in about 1 month. 1 month would be fine.
Oh, that sounds perfect to me, man.
Yeah.
That is good. We're trying to get a rhythm between you and Spares and Socks and a few others here and there. I think it'd be lovely to run through summer with some wonderful games with you guys. I love Tony and Rudi, and it'd be sad to wait longer than we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we've been missing them.
Fun.
It's
Had a lot of fun. A lot of laughs.
Oh,
Especially
Lovely to have them
Gaston.
back.
Gaston stole the show, I have to say, with his charms and coolness. Roger Moore.
Oh, Luke, that was a beautiful word.
Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Spares. Thank you, anyone that's still with us. We appreciate you for joining in. Thank you
Much.
for it all. We'll be back with keep track on our socials for when John is back for more Tony and Rudi. Everyone's always beautifully dressed, Sparrow. We make sure of it. Next Friday, Traveller. Next Saturday, Sparrow is with us actually for some Save Dave.
Wonderful.
Some zombie times where we get to try and rescue my best friend. But until then, have a wonderful week, everyone. You and I'll see you tomorrow to play cricket together.
My debut.
Your debut.
Let's put it out there now.
We'll report back on how well he did. We'll see you all soon. Take care.
Or not.
Or not. Sleep well, everyone. We'll see you all soon. Take care.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Good one.
Bye.
Not everyone.